Today, we're participating in the 5th round of the Aus-NZ Combined Ferrari F355 Challenge. This is Triple Crown Racing, let's get into it. Hello everybody and welcome back to, for the first time in a while, some sim racing content, and this is now the 5th round of the Ferrari F355 Challenge. This round of the championship takes us to France and the Bugatti circuit, which actually shares some of its layout with Circuit de la Sarthe, which of course hosts the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I do apologise for not releasing any sim racing content in a while. That's simply due to the fact that I've been extremely busy with podcasts and other things that relate to life. Now, you'll notice that there are quite a few people in this lobby, and that's because for this race we decided to combine the two lobbies and just do one massive lobby. So every driver in the that's shown up for this weekend in the Aus-NZ Combined Ferrari F355 Challenge is participating in this round. So right now we're on a practice run and we are coming up to a little bit of traffic, so hopefully we'll be able to dispatch of them. I don't think that it will be too much an issue, so I'm just dispatching of some traffic now. I should also mention that I will also be trying to bring out some more content from this championship and also some stuff from the Aus-NZ Combined IndyCar Championship, which has happened, and that championship has all been wrapped up now, so hopefully I'll be able to get some of that content out before it's too far in the past. And also as well, I hope to get some of the Aus-NZ Combined Intercontinental GT Championship out, which is currently happening. So I have a lot of content backed up for you, and I'll try and get that out in the next few weeks or so. So, we are coming to the end of our practice run. We crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 49.0, which puts us second at the time in practice, and that is good enough for 5th by the end. I do go a little bit faster, so I actually ended up setting a 1 minute 46.8, and we will be moving on to qualifying now. So this is the end of our qualifying run. We are just coming around the final corner on the run towards the start-finish line. We crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 47.2, which puts us at the top of the timing sheets at the start of the session. That time most likely will not stand, and in fact it doesn't. That time is good enough for 4th place on the grid, which is actually a really, really good result. A time of 1 minute 47.2. Blade Racer qualifies on pole, followed by Shads, Sandpappy, myself, Taipan Samurai, Triple Rotor Racing, Data Racer, AJD, Woody Lizard, and Simmer Racing. Now, on to the race. So this is the moment you have all been waiting for. We are lining up on the grid. Lights are coming on now, and we are about to go green now. The race is underway, and we have gotten a relatively good start. Looks like Sandpappy's also gotten a very good start as well. We'll see if we can make some ground on him. Triple Rotor Racing has also been, well, he's had an amazing start, and he's actually looking to make a move on us into the first right-hand kink. And there's a crash happening in the background, but I can't really tell who's involved there. And Triple Rotor Racing gets loose on the apex of the corner. He loses the car a bit, and it looks like he's gone off as well. Meanwhile, Sandpappy and I are battling, and we have made a little bit of contact. Let's see if we can make a move on him in the next couple of corners. Sandpappy takes a very tight defensive line, and there's a little bit of a gap on the inside. I go for it, but there simply isn't room, and we go around, and we are losing a lot of positions. Now, that's completely my fault. I was a little bit too opportunistic, but whatever the case, it's only the first lap. So let's see if we can make up a few positions. Actually, we've been able to catch up remarkably well, and we actually haven't fallen to the back of the grid either. Now, let's see if we can make up a few more positions. Let's see what we can do in the next couple of corners. The pack is still very close together, so we'll try and get through on the back. And Simo Racing's gotten a little bit squirrely under braking, and we have capitalised off that mistake. and it looks like Triple Rotor Racing has gone wide in front of us, so we might actually be able to get 2 moves done in the space of only a couple of corners. Triple Rotor Racing, he's on the brakes now, and we've simply gone later, and it's a dive bomb move, and that puts us up into 6th place, only a little bit of contact, but it seems that we seem so much faster than the rest of the drivers right now, and we're actually already caught up to the back of Woody Lizard. So after spinning out at the first corner, dropping to I think about 9th place, we are now almost back in the top 5, and that is pretty much the end of the first lap. Battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th all in front of me. I believe this pack is being led by Sandpappy. In fact, yes, it is being led by Sandpappy. And it looks like we are starting to gain on Woody by the end of the first lap. On to lap 2. Fast forward a little bit further into the lap, and this pack of cars is still very close together. It looks like one of the cars has capitalized off Sandpappy's mistake. Sandpappy and Woody Lizard, they're locked together right now. I'm surprised there wasn't a crash. We're going to go around the outside of Sandpappy. We've hollered around the outside. It's very close together. Sandpappy's been checked up. We're being checked up behind Woody Lizard as well. And we'll see if we can make a move on him into the next corner. Woody Lizard looking defensive. And we'll see if we can get through on him. It doesn't look like we can, but Woody Lizard's run a bit wide, and we've capitalized off that mistake, and that has put us up into 4th place. So we've already recovered all of our positions. And now we are chasing down AJD. We are on an absolute... Well, we are doing absolutely brilliantly after spinning out in the first lap. And we are absolutely flying. And as you can see, we've just gained on AJD there in the braking zone. It looks like we have a run going into the final sector. Let's see if we can make a pass on him into these last couple of corners. It just looks like I'm able to stop, turn, accelerate better than all of the other cars out on track right now. It looks like we'll be able to make a move on AJD into these last couple of corners. AJD goes defensive. We look to the inside. AJD runs a little bit wide, but we get a bit of oversteer, and we try to get through him, but that's fantastic defense from AJD, and he'll hold position in 3rd on the end of lap 2. Now, we are chasing down AJD again, but I believe rain is on the way, and we have decided to make the jump. We've gone into the pit lane on lap 3 to pit for wet tyres, because we are expecting rain during this race, so we're on the lane now, and we'll be changing on to wet tyres. Let's see how our crew does. It's a very fast stop from the 111 crew, and as you can see, the track is a lot wetter to when we actually went into the pit lane, and it is absolutely treacherous out here. We're on lap 4, and we're coming up on Woody Lizard, who I believe is still on dry tyres, and he is absolutely tiptoeing around, so he will have to pit for wet tyres surely, and he did not put up much of a fight there. Now, on to lap 4 now. We are making up even more positions, so that puts us up into 6th place, getting past Taipan and AJD. It looks like we've capitalised off strategy, and I'm feeling very, very good about myself. However, fast forward to lap 7, the rain period has actually passed, but I haven't made any more positions. That's because no one in front of me is pit. And here I am wondering how they survived the rain period, and how they tiptoed around on dry tyres even now. How could they possibly have done that? And then it hits me. I am a decent sim racer, but even I am not skilled enough to pull off dive bomb moves such as these against some of the best Project Cars 2 drivers in Australia. What has actually happened is something that I did not think about before the start of the race, and this is completely a strategy error. Everyone else in the race, bar a few drivers, started on the wet tyres. And with that strategy error, I'm coming home in P6, which isn't a bad result, but I know I could have done so much better. Perhaps a podium would have been on the cards considering our qualifying position, but my strategy error did not help us at all. Blade Racer takes victory for this one, followed by Shads and Dado Racer rounding off the podium. Triple Rotor Racer leads Sampappy, myself, Taipan Samurai, AJD, Woody Lizard, and Simmer Racing down 4th through to 10th. Position. So thank you very much for tuning in for this one. The race didn't go exactly to plan, but that's just racing, and that's down to my fault for making a strategy error. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll try and bring out some more sim racing content over the next few weeks and over the next few days. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.